what you're going to do is, remember that little diagram that we made, the black, red, and yellow diagram? Well, good thing you wrote it down, because I've already forgotten where each cable goes to. So you're going to take that, and you want to do this before you actually cover the heat shrink, or cover the cables with the heat shrink, because sometimes, depends on how far you put it, you might cover the color of the cables, and you don't know what color is what. So again, you're looking at the tabs. Focus, baby. Well, you're looking at the tabs from the back with the little two tabs facing downwards, and you're gonna reconnect the wires, and make sure that the tabs that you push down when you're removing it are going into that same slot as you were when you're putting it back on. So we're gonna go in reverse. We're gonna go ahead and put the yellow back on the far right hole. Okay, you're going to put the red in the middle hole, and the black on the far left hole. Bam! And it's back into place. Let me show that to you guys. It's back into place. Now, I like to do the side that's closest to the fan first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reposition it, and I'm going to just move the heat shrink over halfway off the sleeving, so it gets a good grip on the sleeving, like that. And I like to place the fan up like that, so I have more room down here for what I'm about to do. Now, when you're using a lighter to shrink this this tube, you don't want to put the flame directly on the tubing itself, because if you leave it on there too long, it burns the shrink wrap tubing. So you just want to put the flame just right below it, right below the heat shrink, and the heat from the flame is actually enough to shrink the wrap around the sleeving and the remainder of the cables. And you don't have to do it too long, just to where it actually shrinks enough to where it's getting a good grip on both sides. And let that cool off for a second. I like to blow on it. I don't know if that makes any difference, cooling it down or not. But see, if you touch it, it's still kind of hot. So the heat from the flame is enough to shrink the wrap. And the very last step you want to do is, remember this little piece, the last heat shrink. Let's go ahead and make sure that the sleeving is pulled out tight. Alright, so we have the shrink wrap over the sleeving halfway, and I like to make it come as close to the fan header as I can. And what you're going to do, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to shrink this heat wrap. Shrink, baby, shrink. And that should be good. Again, I'm going to blow on it for good luck. I'm in Vegas, so you know, when you go on a craps table, you blow on your dice. Supposedly it gives you good luck. Hasn't worked yet for me. Oh, hey, I keep trying. And there you go, folks. Your 120 millimeter, 80 millimeter, 140 millimeter, 200 millimeter, whatever fan you're using, is now sleeved. And it looks great. in an all black case. If not, it looks great anyways. So this is how you do it on a case fan. Front panel connectors are a little bit different. You don't need to remove the headers most of the time, because usually they're individually like they're usually individual. Like one pin is separated from the other pin and whatnot, so you don't have to remove them to make them fit through the straw when you sleeve them. You can usually, like, you know, fit one by one in there and then like just push the straw through. So you know, front panel connectors are usually a little bit easier. Sleeving your 24 plus, you know, your 24 pin motherboard power connector is a little bit more difficult also. You're going to need a bigger piece of paper for that, because there's a lot more cables and a lot more different colored cables. Your 4-pin Molex is also a little bit more difficult, and if you screw up, you're pretty much effed, because there's little tabs in there, and if you bend those tabs too much, or you can't get them back into place, there's no way you're gonna get these back on correctly. So I might do a tutorial on that, or a how-to on that. It takes a lot of time, especially if you don't have the proper tools, and if you're just using, you know, your office paperclip. So if you do have a Molex fan, you know, it's 2010, guys. Come on, it's time to upgrade to something more simpler, to a 3-pin fan connector. So there you have it. Your fan is sleeved. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope this helps. I'm sorry about the angle. My camera sucks. If you guys want to start a fund for me to get a better camera, you can. Just let me know and I'll tell you where you can deposit the money. But anyways, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and post links to other videos. I think his name is Lazy Man, West Coast Mod, Computer Mods or something, here on YouTube. He does a really good how-to on it. And also, I believe Rick Arter is his name. He also does a cable sleeving how-to. But I'll go ahead and find the links for you guys, and I'll go ahead and post them in the info area. So stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.